Today is November 18, 2013. I am Jean Richardson, and I'm visiting with Vernette Wrider, who attended rural school. Kate Martin from the university is with us, and Kate is the head of collections in the museums. And her husband Bob is in the room with us too. Vernette, thank you very, very much for doing this.
I think it's going to be fun.
I do too. All right. Where and when did you attend country school?
It was in a cement schoolhouse that is no longer in existence, and it's out there by the racetrack. It was out in the country there.
So that would be near Waterloo.
No, Cedar Falls.
Oh, it was closer to Cedar. Oh, I was thinking of the dog track, and you're thinking north of town?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other racetrack.
The other racetrack, the automobile racetrack. Okay. Okay. Did the school have a name?
Just the township name.
Okay.
And I'm sure I don't know what that was.
Okay. So it would be on, was it on 218? What, the old 218?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how many years were you there?
Well, about fourth grade through graduation.
And do you have any idea what years those were?
Well, I was born in 23, and how old would I be when I was in fourth grade? 5 and 4.
About 9. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking the 30s. The early 30s? So you started there in fourth grade. Where did you go before fourth grade?
New Hartford.
Okay. How far away did you live from this rural school?
1 mile exactly. It was on the far end of the mile, and I was...
Okay, all right. What tasks did you perform before leaving for school?
I suppose getting up and having breakfast and brushing my teeth. I don't remember that I had any special things.
You didn't have farm chores that
No,
you had to do?
no.
What did you wear to school?
Well, clothes my mom made for me. I don't think I had any until I was probably almost in high school.
Any store-bought clothes, you mean?
No, Mom
Okay.
made them all. She was a great sewer and did a lot of tailoring.
How did your clothing differ in the winter than from what you wore in warmer weather?
Well, and the material that it was made from, whether it had long sleeves, short sleeves, and such things as that, I don't know as anything else.
Do you remember what time you left for school in the morning?
Well, probably about 7:30 because I had to walk that mile, and school started at 8.
And so you walked. Did you have anyone to walk with?
The last 3/4 of a mile I did. I had a couple of girls, and there was also a boy there, but I didn't like him, so I didn't walk with him. And then by the time I got to school, there were about 3 of them and one, about 4 or 5 of us. I don't remember exactly.
Do you remember anything about those walks to school? Any of the sights or sounds? The boy you didn't like?
No, don't. I know that the last house I went past before I got to school had a couple of great, huge police dogs, and they always came to the end of their chains when you walked past, and I was always so glad to get past that place.
Let's talk about your schoolhouse and its surroundings. You already told me it was a cement building. Did you
No.
say a cement building? I must have misunderstood you.
It was a cement block building.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. What do you remember about the schoolyard?
Well, we had a teeter-totter and some swings, of course. And I guess that was about it.
Were there trees in your schoolyard?
A couple, I suppose.
A well?
Oh, sure.
A flagpole?
Sure.
Outbuildings?
Well, just the restrooms, outbuildings.
2 of them?
Yes.
What did you do once you arrived at school?
Well, I don't remember anything out of the ordinary. Took off our wraps and hung them up and put our dinner buckets away, you know.
And where did you put the dinner buckets?
I don't really remember. I think they were in a little cupboard somewhere, but I don't really remember. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So things aren't very clear in our mind.
What did you do first upon entering the schoolhouse? So you've got your wrap off and you put your lunch pail away.
I suppose went and sat in your desk. At your
Okay.
desk.
Can you remember much about the inside of your school building? What items were there? What was along the walls?
Well, the flag in the corner, of course. No, I don't know as I do.
Okay. Did you have a Victrola?
I think so.
A piano?
No,
A sand table?
no,
Desk?
sure.
Were they nailed to the floor?
I don't know.
Okay. Chalkboards?
Yes.
What supplies did your school have? You had a globe?
Oh, yeah, they're talking about things like that. Oh, we had a globe and we had maps hanging on the wall. And other than that, I'm not sure.
Pictures of the presidents?
I don't remember.
Do you remember what kinds of items that you had to furnish, you and your family?
Well, just our pencils and our tablets, and I think that was it.
Crayons?
Oh yeah,
Scissors?
yes, they were there.
They were there or you furnished them?
Well, I guess I must have furnished them. I don't
Okay.
really remember.
And do you remember where you and your family got those items?
No.
Okay. So you said the school day began at 8 o'clock. And how did the school day start then? What, you're all in your seats and
Pledge of Allegiance,
okay.
and being the only, let's see, there were about, when you're talking about the very first part,
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Well, I don't really remember how it started, other than the Pledge of Allegiance and taking your wraps off and putting your lunch bucket away, and
Would you have sung some songs?
I don't think so.
Do you remember how the teacher organized the school day's lessons? Who started their lessons first with her? Do you remember any about how it varied from grade to grade, different things that she did with, I assume we're talking about a she, did with different grades?
Well, no.
How many students were in your grade?
2.
There were 2 of you. Who was the other one?
I don't remember. There,
You were only one for a while.
a lot of the time I was the only one.
Do you remember how many children were in your school?
No, probably about 7 or 8.
Do you remember any lessons?
Anyway,
Any of the lessons the teacher had with you?
no. No.
Do you remember? I'm sorry.
Being the only one, I did a lot of it on my own and just handed it in if it was something written or something like that.
What was your favorite subject?
I suppose spelling.
Do you know why you liked spelling the best?
Sure, because it got 100% of it.
What was your least favorite subject?
Math.
Because?
I don't know. After we got past the multiplication tables, I was lost. I hated algebra and geometry. And
And you had that in country school?
no.
Okay. So it was just later in high school. So one of my questions is, how much did you interact with the other students during your lessons? But if you were the only one, there wasn't much interaction, was
No,
there?
there wasn't.
Did your teacher have any helpers? With 7 to 8 students, she wouldn't need much help, would she? Do you remember any of the rules in the classroom?
Well, nothing out of the ordinary, just behave yourself. And I don't remember other than that.
Do you remember any of the techniques the teacher had to reinforce her rules?
No.
How did you get the teacher's attention when you needed to ask a question?
Raised your hand.
How did you know it was time for lunch?
Well, there's a clock on the wall, I could see.
And you took your lunch in your lunch bucket.
It was a Karo syrup can.
Mm. And where did you eat your lunch?
Usually at your desk, I think.
Did your teacher eat with you?
I don't remember.
What would have been in your lunch pail, in your lunch bucket?
Well, fresh fruit during that season, and a sandwich, and that would be it.
Ever a cookie?
Occasionally.
How long was lunchtime?
An hour.
And what did you do at recess time?
Went out and played. Usually played tag or something like that.
Annie over?
No,
Baseball?
no.
Do you remember how the school day ended?
No. Just was time to go home, so you picked up your lunch bucket and if you had wraps, put those on and left.
Do you remember any of the teachers?
I only had one teacher, and her name was Mrs. Chrisman. And I don't know anything. She'd been there for a long time, and I think she was there quite some while after I left.
How would you describe Mrs. Chrisman?
A nice lady. I don't know if there's anything really outstanding about her.
Do you know where she lived?
And she lived in Cedar Falls.
Did you ever see her outside of the school day? Do you know how she got to school?
Well, I suppose she drove. I'm sure she did.
Did you have any duties to help keep the schoolroom up?
No.
Did anyone help her take care of the schoolhouse?
I don't remember that there was.
Did your school have a library?
No.
No library. You graduated from 8th grade there. Did you have an 8th grade exam?
I sure did.
And what do you remember about that?
Being scared to death, being the only kid in my class, and we went into the county seat, and there were all of us that were graduating at that time. And we met in a room, and
At the courthouse?
I don't think so.
This been in Waterloo?
What? No,
It may have been the courthouse in Waterloo at that time, I don't know.
I don't remember really.
Do you remember preparing for that test?
No, I don't think so.
Do you remember anything else besides being scared to death? About that day, how long it lasted?
No. It went along all right. I mean, it didn't drag, or there weren't any high moments in it, or things like that.
Did you have an 8th grade graduation ceremony?
No.
Oh, no. Do you know why not?
No.
Maybe. Okay. What did you do after graduation? After you graduated from 8th grade, then you went to?
Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls High School.
No, you
No.
went to New Hartford.
I went to New Hartford High School, and then I moved to Cedar Falls where I graduated.
So that would be another reason why you two didn't meet until graduation day. Okay. How many years in high school in New Hartford, do you remember?
2, because I had my junior and senior year here in Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls.
What do you remember the difference between your country school and going to high school in New Hartford?
Well, just the sheer number of people that surrounded you. And a different setting, but nothing really out of the ordinary, I don't think.
Do you remember any of the community politics affecting the operation of your school?
No.
Were your parents involved with the school at all?
No.
When you left school at the end of the day, did you have chores to do?
Yeah, I had to feed the kittens at night. Other than that, I don't know that I did.
Did you have homework at night?
I don't remember.
Do you remember any major national or local or world events that happened while you were in rural school?
No. I don't think so.
Were there special events that were held at your school? Did you have Christmas program?
Yes.
Tell me about your Christmas program.
Well, they were very short, and each of us had a little part in it. But other than that, I don't remember anything real special.
Did you have a spring picnic?
I don't remember.
Do you remember if the school building was used in any other way? Did they use it for a polling place?
Yes, I was gonna say the elections were held there.
Okay. As a community center, would it have been used? Do you have any other meetings there?
I don't know that I do.
What was your favorite part of the school day?
I don't know as I had a favorite part. I liked school.
Okay. Do you have a worst memory?
Not about school, about getting there and getting home from there. I do.
Anything more than the dogs?
No.
If and so dealing with the dogs twice a day, every day was your worst memory.
They were always chained up, very good, but they came out to the end of their chain and stood up on their hind legs. They got as close as they could.
What lessons from country schools might we benefit from today?
I don't think I know.
Could a one-room schoolhouse be successful in today's world?
I doubt it.
Because
Just because you don't have the interaction with other people.
is there anything else you'd like to share with us about rural schools that we haven't talked about yet?
Ooh, I don't know.
Now you talked about the one on the north, between here and Janesville. You also went to one out in New Hartford, or was that a city school?
That was a town school. That was a city school.
Okay.
So, but you did go to a rural school up by Janesville.
I didn't understand the question.
No,
Maybe
my
I-
rural school was out here by the, where the,
This one,
gun club,
by the drag strip, that was a cement
drag
one.
strip, yeah.
And you lived just a mile or so away from that one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Well, it's been
We
fun.
really appreciate this.
Yeah.
Out that you had passed. Did you get a letter in the mail? Did it take a few weeks? Do you have any recollection of kind of how long that took or how you found out that you had passed?
No, I don't.
Okay. Thank you.
Tell me more about the county honor roll. That was the first I'd heard about one of those.
Oh, well, it was just a county honor roll. They must have gathered all the information and put it in some.
Well, tell her about your scores, what you scored high and low and then made it.
Well, I got 100% in 4 of them and barely eked past math.
Is this the 8th grade exam you're talking about
Yes.
with your scores?
Uh-huh.
So to make the county honor roll, that was from the scores from the 8th grade exam?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I passed geography, spelling, social studies, and something else, and got 100% in all of those. So math was the only stumbling block I had.